Lachlan, so here I am this morning now. It's Sunday the 31st of May, day before lockdown finishes. Not finishes, but slackens off a bit, and I'm down on Jersey Marine Beach. I've come out to Jersey Marine Beach this morning, and I've come over to the right hand side. On the left hand side, if you go left at the university there, it's all soft sand, all soft yellow sand. This is always underwater, mainly sort of. So this is far over on the right hand side of Jersey Marine Beach, and this morning it's the tide is really as far out as it goes. Swansea's got the biggest tidal range in the world, debatably between here and the place in Korea. So first to second, it's absolutely perfect for the lagoon that they were going to put here, and this is the breakwater here behind me. So I'll just show the breakwater here. This has been here since I was a kid, this breakwater. We used to call it breakwater when we were kids. And just that tower you can see there is the clock tower. The next tower over there is Lagoon Bay's power plant. And there's only two plants in there now, the ethylene and the power, so they contribute to the national grid. Then you've got steelworks, and then you've got the coal hoppers, in Port Talbot, and the cranes. And obviously this is just perfect for an electricity generating lagoon. It would have been fabulous for Swansea. Big walkways, aquariums and snorkelling and educational centres and cafes, and a big walk, 7 kilometres, It's going to go out from the end of this breakwater about a K and across 3 or 4 Ks and back in 2 Ks just before the university, I believe. Or maybe just after, or just before, I think. It would have been incredible. The gates open 4 times a day, every 6 hours, and all that water churning out, turning the turbines and creating huge amounts of electricity and free. Once the thing is up, free electricity. This should have been prioritised by the government. But the Swansea local authority, Swansea local buffoonery have let it all go again, obviously. Apathy, and they need to get up from their desks sometime and walk about a bit, but they're too lazy for me. So that's local buffoonery for you. So this place, I've been coming here for, believe it or not, 55 years. I came here the first time I was 10 years old. I'm 65 now, so it hasn't changed a lot. The university is new. There used to be BP tanks there. But it's a beautiful beach on the left-hand side of the university, and nobody comes here. I've been coming here all through the sort of lockdown in inverted commas. You can't lock me down, I'll go insane. So getting in the car and coming over here takes me 6 minutes. And I don't see a soul. I don't see a soul. So this is coming over tomorrow because it's the first day we're allowed to drive 5 miles. She sticks to the rules, Yeah, so I used to come here. This place, Portennett, was a real slum. My father had a little tiny shop, and he did have some shops at one stage, but he gambled all those away and went bankrupt. And, he was a dick, an addictive personality. Cigarettes, 3 or 4 packs a day, gambling completely every penny that he had spared to gambling. It was horrible, he was. Horrible, horrible man. Victorian, wasn't his fault. The war turned him into a gambler, so it wasn't his fault. Treated me like a piece of dirt. I turned up when I shouldn't have turned up, too late. In fact, I firmly believe he put me in a room, and I got pleurisy when I was a really little child. And I think if I'd snuffed it, because he'd seen loads of dead babies in the war, he would have been quite happy with that. He would have sort of made the public sort of funeral things that people do, but I would have been out of his hair, So not wanted, living in a slum, and I ended up in a Catholic school, which at the time was like Italian voodoo. And the more that you bowed and scraped to Jesus, the higher class they put you in, educationally speaking. It was an absolute horror. This was a slum. I can remember kids here with no shoes on their feet, snotty little kids with no shoes. This was a slum. I used to slide around in the mud here on my belly in the river. The river tower is just beyond this. The river tower is beyond this breakwater, just behind this breakwater here. I used to slide around in the mud. And I remember when I was a kid seeing a film called The Prince and the Pauper, and the posh guy was sort of taking his carriage through the East End of London, because it's always the East End, isn't it? Just like here. Oh, look at those little kids sliding around in the mud. Oh, the mud larks. And I remember thinking to myself, God, I'm a mud lark. And I was, really. But this beach is absolutely and utterly amazing. The dew are in the crown. Here where I am, of course, is not so nice as the other side. And completely fished out. We used to come over here drag netting when we were kids. My uncle used to, it wasn't my uncle, it was my friend's uncle, used to bring us over in his little three-wheeler Del Boy van. He had a net which he'd found, and he'd tied some weights on the bottom of it, and we'd walk it through the water here, out there, and there was loads of fish. On a Saturday morning when he wasn't working, I'd take loads of fish home. All, you know, fish which are flatfish, you know, which sort of lie on the sand, I believe, and I don't know, place, huge place. Skate, sometimes whiting, you know, caught in the net, and salmon bass sometimes. Saturday was fish day. I'm not a fish person, but I like fried place. So, drag netting, it's like something from the Amazon, you know. And that was the way people got food here, you know. It was really a slum. The worst part of Wales, the slummiest part, you know, the docks area. Incredible. Today, though, although this camera won't pick it up, out there I can see quite plainly Devon, because there's no pollution, there's been no cars. And so you won't pick it up with this camera, but I can see it. And, you know, I can't see the cows in the fields, but I can see the fields. And normally that's just a fog, and I can't even see the mountains at all. And that fog is what we're breathing in every day, obviously. 365 days a year, and we're looking for a cure for lots of these diseases, you know, respiratory diseases and cancers. And I think that if you see the pollution here compared to what it is now, it's just clear, and we're breathing that in 365, all of us, everywhere. It's incredible. So that's my little memory vid for me and Liz. And there he is, look, the monster in my life. Wait, just look. Just look. Good boy. And look at me. Oh, I think that's about it. Cockle out.